All right, guys, I'm going to just try to recap everything, get it all in one spot. Some of the stories on the podcast, Ginger with Pads on YouTube. Some of it's on Twitter, some of it's here. So I'm just going to try to get a summary out and try to keep it like unbiased as best I can, which is not going to be very easy. Um, so, um, but yeah, I approached Ginge first of all. I approached him, signed him to do a bundle for us based on my perspective of and my assumptions, just like that he was winning and he was doing a good job. His historical accomplishments. He's won 1.2 million live, etc. So I was impressed, and I was like, "Look, why don't you do a bundle for us, and we'll launch it on our site. You've got a great audience. You know, your community loves you. Let's go." And he was, hesitant. Took a little bit of convincing on our part, but he'd agreed to do it. Fast forward 3 months, the dude worked his ass off. He got the bundle out, did a good job for us, and I assume kind of like a final check before we launch the bundle. I would make sure, obviously, that I go through it and I think everything's good. I had no reason to doubt that it was going to be, a really high level piece of content, and and we're going to be good to go. I disagreed with some of the stuff that was in it, for better or worse. I disagreed with some of the stuff that was in it, and so we ultimately pulled it. I paid him for his contribution, thanked him for his time, apologized for wasting his time. I said that this whole thing was my fault. This was all my idea. I'm really fucking sorry, and I owe you. So I paid him $5,000 for his contribution and his time, and I said, like, look, dude, let's just try to be respectful. I'm sorry that I had to pull it, and like we'll go from there, and let bygones be bygones. And I apologize. I'm sorry, like I said, for wasting your time, and good luck with whatever you work on in the future. He agreed. He said, like, yeah, we'll be respectful. It's in our, I said it's in our best interest to just like kind of keep it, not kind of do what we've been doing and going at it on social media. So that was the game plan. All was fine. Like he went on the Pads podcast. He kind of said what I just said to you guys. You can go check it out there if you want. Shout out to Pads, who's an awesome dude. And then like he made a comment on Twitter, which I didn't like, which said that like we kind of like sell complicated bullshit, which is like it's not that big of a compliment. It's not that big of a comment. It's not a huge deal what he said, but I said that we had an agreement to be respectful and that we would kind of like stay out of each other's way, and so I went off. And so like yesterday, what happened and what I said was the way that I felt. And I didn't want to do those things. I didn't want to this is not where I wanted to end up. That's what I kind of wanted to fade this whole fucking thing, to be honest, this whole mess. And so I approached Ginge last night and I said, look, dude, this fucking sucks. I said, look, dude, this fucking sucks. And it might be in our best interests if we called off the dogs. And like I have a lot of guys who reached out who said that they would do the audit. And like if you wanted to, we can do that, and it's up to you. Like the ball's in your court. I don't want to do this. I didn't want to do this yesterday. I didn't want to do this before yesterday. I didn't want you to launch the tweet. I just didn't want to be here. If we're here, then we're gonna fight. Like if that's what's gonna happen, then that's how it's gonna be. But I would rather not, and I would rather just like kind of you do your thing, I do my thing. I go back to doing business. It's not good for BBC Poker to have the guy that runs the fucking thing doing this all the time. So what do you want to do? And he's like, yeah, let's call it off. And I was like, okay, cool. So Ginge Poker and I have an agreement that we're done. And unfortunately, there's no fireworks. I know some people are going to be disappointed, but it is what it is. And game over. GG. So.